What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Married to Reality. It's the Married at First Sight edition. I'm your co-host, John, here with my wife and co-host. It's the one and only Teresa right there.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing?
This episode was so good.
What?
I couldn't even do it with a straight face.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I am. What was this episode?
I honestly think that MAFs probably, they need more advertising money, so they keep like adding more and more and more.
That's it. I looked up, we saw the previews for the next, but about halfway through this episode, I looked up on the old lifetime.com. I looked up the schedule and it said next Wednesday, even more of the same. It didn't say even more of the same, but whatever it said,
could have.
Whatever it said in my mind, it said even more of the same. And then it said, and the thing we've been teasing all season.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be
Clint Dom.
making out with Dom while Gina's clapping.
It's gotta be, and people have speculated, it's gotta be a dare, I think. Or it's not like, they all went out, got drunk, and in the corner.
No.
It was like, why don't you guys kiss?
I think it is a dare. I think it's like, Gina went out with Mag. How about you two hook up?
It's a dare, yeah. And you want to know the truth?
Yeah?
Stinks. if that's what you're trying to bait us in with.
Literally the whole season.
1.5 second clip of them making out, everyone cheering. That sums up this season. The old bait and switch.
I think someone on MAFs or on Lifetime, on like episode 2, they realized that this is gonna suck, so they released that clip out there, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, this is gonna go wild. And it's episode 535 and it still hasn't gotten wild, but now we know more deeds, and it's like, really?
I think I know why they named this channel Lifetime.
Because it lasts that long.
This season has lasted a lifetime.
Oh my gosh. And it's still like it's never ending.
I honestly think, I don't know, don't quote me, 2 to 3 more episodes of this season.
I almost feel like they are trying to stretch it all the way till the new
No,
maps.
give us a break. Let us enjoy our summer.
Yeah, please. Like, come back in for Christmas.
We'll be very honest. Teresa and I haven't discussed this. Maybe we'll cover next episode. Maybe we won't. At some point, we're throwing in the towel, though. I don't think we're covering the full reunion and recap and everyone talking about the reunion.
Here's where I'm going to draw the line. Let's cover next week, but you're traveling the following week, and I don't think
that's true.
We need to cover another thing while you are away, because it's a pain in the ass. It's fine for what we want to do, but it's pain in the ass to do like another MAFs.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. We got Match Me Abroad now.
However, okay, here's my thing. I normally would be all for covering the reunion, but what is this?
I don't think we've ever covered a reunion.
We have.
Maybe the first season we ever did.
On the
that.
last one.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, the reunion is basically... We're not together.
They're doing a reunion now.
We're getting the actual footage of what they'll talk about on the reunion. Oh, yeah. Clint and I went on a date. Oh, yeah. We're all friends. We go out for wine. Like, we're getting to see it. We don't need to hear them talk about it.
And usually the reunion is like, okay, are they still together? Like, what's going on?
Right, there's no one to be together.
Chris and Nicole are moving into the new apartment, so they are still together, right? Mm-hmm. And everyone else, I feel like Kirsten might get back with Chuck. They kind of teased it. I could see that.
Hot take.
I could see him freaking out on D-Day. I can see them back together. Who knows? But like...
Now you're making me want to watch the reunion.
Well, we're watching all this now.
Yeah, true.
So... Listen, we may watch the reunion, we may not, but we're definitely not covering when other people watch it and comment. No. I'm not going to comment on other people commenting on the show.
No, is there an echo in here?
So we'll see, guys. So listen, I hope you're still enjoying it. I love talking about it with John because whether it's good or bad, we have a blast.
Oh, we'll talk about anything. We talked about people who think they're mermaids for an hour. So we'll talk about this.
Yeah, so us podcasting, it's always fucking fun. Us watching, I'm like, why is this still on TV? But then we get to the podcasting side. I'm like, that's why.
Yeah.
For us.
Yeah.
For us to cover it.
So, very quickly, a little bit of business here. We're on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. Follow us there. It's a good time. We share memes that we make, that we create. We don't share other people's memes. We share our memes. So follow us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. Message us there. Share your thoughts. How are you feeling about the season? Are there going to be any surprise recouplings? Anyone going to get together? More divorce? Who knows? Share your thoughts. Call in at Married to Reality Pod on Instagram. Also, join us on Patreon. Patreon.com/Married to Reality. I just said we covered people who think they're mermaids. That's a Netflix series called Mer People.
Love mer people.
Real people, mer people.
Real people, mer people. Thank you.
There's still trying to make it happen. That was our Family Affair bonus. On the Family Affair level, we do a monthly bonus, little addition. We also do video coverage of whatever we're covering on Patreon, which happens to be Love in Paradise right now. So join us over there. It's ad-free. There's none of this housekeeping. It's a good time. We also just throw random things at you guys. We'll throw a random Love is Blind After the Altar up there for all levels.
We'll throw anything at you.
Yeah, but it's a good time over there. You know, well, the masks are off over on Patreon. We let it fly. We let it all hang out. So
yeah, no bra, no.
Whoa.
Well, I'm just always comfy on the couch.
All right, as I said.
And my blanket.
As I said, Family Affair gets video.
Exactly.
So patreon.com/MarriedToReality. Also, just make sure you're following wherever you're listening right now. So whenever we drop an episode, it'll come right to your device. So easy to follow. Look down, smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's hard. It's the puppy day.
Saw that coming a mile away.
How?
What else was hot?
I just laughed how Clint and Aries just like brought the dogs out.
All right. Who let the dogs out?
I feel bad for Aries for the first time ever because he thinks he can keep seeing Duchess.
Why would he have any right? Let's not get into it during the business, but why would he have any right to see that dog?
No, he doesn't. But I feel like that's the only feeling, what's the word? I can't come up with the word. Compassionate.
Sure, it brings out emotion and
emotion,
love
and that's the only time we've seen him emotion, full of emotions. I can talk.
Get your own dog.
True. Well, I mean, maybe he's trying to bond with Duchess so then she can pop a puppy and there would be a bond already.
Breed. She does. So yes, smash like it's as hot as those swell dogs.
Swell.
And lastly, if you haven't left a review, please do. You guys know we love. And if you leave a 5-star review and you write something, we'll read it on the 90-day podcast.
Yes.
How's that? How's that for love and love? All right. That's the business. Let's do it. Let's get into it. The reason we're sitting right here right now is to talk about Married at First Sight, Season 16, Episode 22. 9 days after decision day. Here we go. Can't stop us, won't stop us. We're covering it. 9 days after D-Day. Chris and Nicole, they got quite the milestone event ahead of them.
Isn't it weird that they keep going even after the experts are gone?
Were the experts ever there?
Exactly. They don't need the experts. They just film a bunch of people getting married at first sight.
Yeah.
That's it.
DP who?
Exactly.
Seriously.
DP's probably in her own apartment because...
her husband. She hasn't seen her husband.
Yeah.
Yeah. DP who?
Don't get me started on DP.
We used to like it, DP. Now you're phoning it in. Not even phoning it in. A conference call would have been welcome this season.
It's DP and PC are why are you there?
To collect the paycheck.
They literally do what you and I do. They just comment.
Except we do it every week, and we actually we put some thought into it.
Right?
Yeah. What do they do?
Hire us.
Are they even watching anymore? They're probably not watching.
They're not watching.
They never watched.
I think they probably get the juicy part from the crew. Be like, okay, you guys better watch this conflict. Think of an answer. You're going to be on TV for about 35 seconds.
Yeah. PC, you can just ask them if they've fucked yet. All right.
He's such a dirty bastard.
So
he's all about one of our C's.
Copulation. Copulation. Yeah. Or I was thinking confession because I could see him in that.
That's not our C.
No, but it may be confess your dirtiest secrets. That's what that pastor wants to hear.
Oh yeah, he just wants to copulate.
So, all right. Some wedding. There's a milestone not in every, but in a lot of relationships, the milestone of attending your first wedding together as a couple. That's what Chris and Nicole have coming up in New York. Do you recall our first wedding?
Oh yeah.
It wasn't ours. Oh, my sister's?
No.
Oh, let me think. Now it's getting good. I won't say any names.
It was one of my favorite weddings besides ours.
Oh, well, now I don't want to say names to... Oh! Lorian.
No.
No? Okay. So it was before Lorian's. Lorian's was a great wedding. Now we're just going to give out too much information, but like a Berkshire's wedding.
Yeah, that was fun.
Great band, great food.
Great museum we went to.
Great museum. Mocha. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Not Lorian's. Before Lorian. Oh, Evans.
Yeah.
Shout out to Evan. Shout out to Evan getting married at the Jewish History Museum in Philadelphia.
That was a cool wedding. It was like a black tie.
Yes, that was a nice wedding in a museum.
It was our first year because two of your supposedly best friends invited you to their weddings while you and I were dating for about 7 months and I got 0 invites.
Okay.
One of them claims that you got a +1.
I did.
But he's divorced already, so who cares?
Yeah, he showed me the Excel spreadsheet. It didn't say your name, but it did say +1. But you didn't get the invite because none of my other friends who were dating their significant others or married to their significant others brought them to the wedding. You're thinking of one in Colorado that you didn't come to because
but that was a choice. I could have come if I wanted to.
Okay, you were invited.
Yeah,
but none of the guys.
I'm talking about your friend Jim. We're giving out all the information.
You weren't invited to that one.
No. No, and we were at that time we were dating for 9 months.
Oh.
Jim's wedding was like 3 weeks before Evan's. Got invited to Evan's, didn't get invited to Jim's.
Huh. You and Jim hit it off now. You guys are good. No.
Yeah. Okay, let's just be honest. 90% of your friends, not Evan, but 90% of the rest of your friends thought that you and I are just a New York flink.
I don't know.
Like just honest, like post breakup, just trying to bang a foreign woman.
Well, that's true.
I don't think any of your friends thought that we're in this for real.
I don't think anyone assumes that a relationship that's fresh.
No, but because
of
who I am, because of
I don't think that's
you're from Connecticut. You grew up in Connecticut. All your friends married American women. You dated an American. Like you've never been interested in foreign women. So
shows how little you know about me, Therese. Are you kidding me?
I mean, like, date. There are people out there who like...
It's kind of hard to date foreign women when you grow up in small town Connecticut.
That's my point. That's my point, that your friends probably never thought of it. And when it's happening, they probably were like, oh, yeah, post-breakup with an American woman, he needs to, like, blow his steam. And they didn't think that this is real. Well, real deal deal.
Look who's laughing now.
Exactly.
We've outlasted some of those naysayers.
Oh, hell yeah. We'll outlast them all.
They didn't naysay. But anyways, I thought, because back to Nicole and Chris here, Nicole was going through the closet picking out an outfit for Chris to wear. I thought, like, okay, good. Let her step in. Chris needs a little help.
A lot of help.
Then I saw the finished product.
I'm like, ew.
It was gross.
Yeah.
Disgusting. It was a Merlot colored shirt. Everyone stop wearing Merlot. Okay?
Yeah.
I guess, if it's good.
Merlot and a gray?
Oh.
Ew.
Oh, please.
Nicole should stop telling people she's from New York because that's not New York.
That is not New York fashion. I mean, it is, but it's not on trend New York fashion.
No,
Maybe
it's like
Staten Island.
I was just going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Staten Island, right off the path train. No, that's New Jersey.
No, you need a ferry to find that in someone's closet.
Oh, you're saying Staten Island. I was saying Long.
No, I'm saying it correctly.
Staten Island?
Yeah.
That's what I said. You laughed.
You said Staten.
Because I thought Staten is just the New York accent. I live in Staten Island, but it's Staten Island.
It's Staten.
It is? No matter the accent?
I hear where you're coming from because I just schooled you on somebody's name because vowel, consonant, vowel makes the first vowel. Kaylee makes the... We're talking about all of our friends.
John is like, how...
She's like, oh, Kylie just got married. I was like, you mean your friend Kaylee? So guys, if you ever think like, oh, Teresa doesn't know the name of these reality TV stars, it's like, well, she doesn't know the name of her own friends. So
Well, I mean, moving on.
can we move on, please? Let's talk about Gina's salon. It's been an episode since we've talked about her being a small business owner and owning a salon. So she's at work. Mom D Nice is there to pick up Hank.
She's like, I'm not giving my grandpa to Clint this weekend.
D Nice getting a little territorial for my liking. I think Hank is in good hands. How many pup cups has D Nice gotten, Hank? None that we've seen.
True, but I mean, Mom wants to spend time with her grandpa.
Yeah. Come on.
I don't think your parents would want to spend time with their grandpa if we have any. Your parents don't like pets.
We'll see. Gina's going to Sedona.
I love Sedona. I was like, oh, we should go back, but we just came back.
I was a little bummed we didn't see more of Sedona.
We
saw
love Sedona.
Some touchdown, Sedona, Canada, all over the road. I'm sure she's getting booked up like crazy now that she's been on this show.
Yeah.
Because I didn't realize she was going and doing teaching events or
conferences. But I think she's doing that like about hair, not about being on Max.
No, of course. My hairstylist does the same. She goes and gives clinics and whatnot. And I'm sure now, more than ever, Gina will get booked up to do those because it's like a little bit of a celebrity personality, but also a good hairstylist and business owner. So her calendar will be super full. Did you hear her trying to get all outdoorsy, though, when she was talking to her friends about going to Sedona?
Yeah.
So, we got to leave time to hike. But then she's like, well, maybe acupuncture.
Yeah, just go and get a crystal.
See if it speaks to you.
It's big in Sedona, guys. There's so many crystal stores, and they didn't speak to me. I tried.
Yeah, see, you can't do it only if it speaks to you. Don't be someone you're not.
Yeah, and especially don't buy crystals if they don't speak to you because they're expensive.
Are they?
Some of them, some of like the nice one, they look like a little dildos. Those were like $300+
When you put it that way. So then we saw Dom and Clint meeting up at the park, and I thought this was like going to be a date. The way they teased it.
Clint is obsessed with dogs.
It's almost getting creepy. It's almost like he's I don't know. I just go adopt a dog.
Well, it's not. It's not that easy to adopt a dog, first of all.
Pretty easy to adopt a dog.
No, it's not. It's easier to get a gun than to adopt a dog. Okay. You have to get these like background screenings. They have to make sure you're a good person, that you make certain amount of money to take care of the dog. That you live in a good environment so the dog would have a nice life. Then on the other hand, you just go to Walmart and you buy a gun.
Fair. I told you about how I got a dog.
Yeah, but from your ex.
Well, but where we got the dog?
Oh, you stole the dog.
Well, we didn't know it was a hot dog. It was a stolen dog. We didn't know it was a stolen dog.
Oh, yeah, I think you told us.
And then my phone started ringing after the transaction at the park, and we already had the dog in our possession. And this girl's like, well, that was my dog. We broke up. He took it. I knew he was going to try to sell it for money. And I was like, lady, leave me out of this.
Wait, so you got the dog from the beginning?
What do you mean?
Like, you guys got the dog together?
Yeah, well, it was her dog. I mean, she got the dog, but I was in her life at that time. I didn't want a pet. Although I did get a cat by myself. I told you that. Scott and I got the cat.
What?
Shout out to Waffles.
You did not get a cat by yourself.
Scott and I got the cat together.
Who are you?
Well, a cat lover.
What happened to Waffles?
Waffles is not with me anymore.
Wait, are you a cat person?
No, but...
If you had to pick, a dog or a cat?
Dog. But think about it.
Okay.
No question I would choose a dog.
Okay, would you open the door for a cat?
See if he wanted to stay?
Yeah.
Sure.
Would you open the door for Waffles?
But think about it. You're proving my point every time you say his name. One morning.
It's a dumb name.
What? That's literally
in a good way.
That's literally the reason I got a cat. Because I came up with the name Waffles and I said, this is too good of a name not to have a cat to name Waffles.
Stop it.
So I was like, I need a cat.
No.
So then I was like, Scott, let's do it.
No.
Got a cat, named it Waffles. Then, friend from college is like, posting pictures of her cat on Facebook, pancakes. Well, you can't just take my idea and change it.
So then you open the door, and that's how you get rid of waffles?
I opened the door, I got rid of my girlfriend, and that's how I got rid of waffles.
Wait, but you got waffles with Scott.
Yeah, then Scott opened the door and said, I can't live with you anymore because it's getting too expensive. We keep adopting all these pets. No, he couldn't stay with me because of finances. And so then I kept waffles. He moved home with his family. It's a long story that has nothing to do with Married at First Sight. I feel like we've gone on far too long about our personal life.
I'm just like, I feel like I need a minute.
Okay. Scott and I adopted a cat. Named it Waffles.
Guys.
Scott broke up with me.
I can't believe that John had a cat.
You knew this.
I thought it was your ex's cat. It's like, whatever cat. It's like,
Sort of. Not really.
I'm just like trying to like digest the fact that you willingly adopted a cat.
Okay. Can we move on?
I don't know.
Let's move on.
I don't know. You move on.
All right.
I will never move on.
Clint and Dom
I don't even know.
hanging out, talking about dating. She's on the apps, not really having too much luck there.
Not swell dog or a cat?
Because the cat swell?
No.
If it's between two not swell animals, I'll go NS dog.
Okay, good.
But
Continue.
but there are swell cats. There's adorable cats. There are adorable cats, Theresa. It's harder for a cat to be adorable, but there are adorable cats.
Some, maybe.
Yes.
Not
definitely.
adorable, but some are okay.
All right. So,
Like the fluffy ones. The one with like a lot of fluff.
sure, if
Looks
that's
like
what you're into.
I like the cats that have like a very, very annoyed face, just like they hate you, because they do.
Yeah,
but at
angry
least
cat.
they're like
Grumpy
upfront.
cat. Yeah.
Upfront with it.
Okay.
I do like that.
Can we talk about this show?
Sure.
So, well, it's sort of interesting. Dom wants to reach out to Gil from Maps 13.
Houston.
He was a nice
dude.
We have a problem.
I forgot who he was married to, but you told me that she wasn't good.
I forget who she was. I should have looked it up. Let's see. Maps 13.
But he was, I remember he was like a nice dude.
Mirla.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I remember.
Mirla, right?
Wasn't she like posh?
Wasn't she a tough cookie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me, I'm going to Google her so I can get the memory.
Yeah, you get it going. Dom likes Gil. He's patient, kind, a little silly, but has a good job, and he's super attractive. So then Clint wants to message him.
Oh, yeah.
You remember
She
her?
was very difficult. She was like, I don't want to drink. I don't want to this. I'm very high standard.
Yeah. So that didn't work out, and now Dom wants to get in there. Clint's like, send him a message. Let's do it together. I'm here. Let's do it. Moral support. Dom goes, that's so groupie, which
What does it mean?
I don't know. It's like, then what's your other plan to not seem like a groupie?
Well, anyways, she already had a message in her head because she typed it very fast and then asked Clint to send it. It's like,
Not before she goes, maybe I should just do a Migos thing and send a snowflake.
what does it mean?
Yeah, I had to look this up.
What is it?
Migos, you know the
Like
band?
amigos, like male in Spanish?
No, but that is probably where the name comes from.
Okay.
Migos is the rap group.
I don't know.
We know Migos. Didn't we see them in front of the Met in New York? We saw one of them. I think so.
I don't know.
Anyways, one of the Migos sent a snowflake emoji to a woman who now is his girlfriend. And so I guess that's the way.
Why a snowflake? I don't get it.
I don't know either, Theresa.
Does it mean something?
Probably means like, ooh, you're cold as ice, which is like a compliment, probably. I don't know.
I don't know. Guys, let us
Call in.
Call in.
I have a feeling our friends don't know either.
I feel like some will come through. Come through.
Yeah. All right. Call in if you know. So then we get Kirsten and Jasmine. I thought they were looking at an apartment to move in together. I thought they were moving in together.
No, Kirsten is too posh.
Like besties. But it's Jasmine who wants a new place, fresh start, new job.
Why new job? I feel like she loved being a coach and a dog breeder.
I feel like neither of those are full-time jobs.
Like, what is it? Like, is Duchess retiring? Like, what is it? What? Like, is her uterus like? Ooh.
Maybe her uterus.
Because she's looking at these. That was a nice apartment. I'm gonna assume is it one of those nice apartment complex buildings that don't allow more than 2 dogs.
I also think this is all for show.
Yeah.
Like when we saw Mac looking at a 9-bedroom mansion last episode. I think it's all for show.
And then he moved to Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is all for show. But what we do learn here is Jasmine has a guy who she's got her eye on. It's a bit of an old fling, someone that she knew from her past life, but they connect over the fact that they both like kids. Little kid lover, Teresa. I need a username.
Michael Scott.
I need a username, and I have a great one. A little kid lover. That way people will know exactly where my priorities are at. That's one of the greatest lines in The Office.
You say it about every line you quote from The Office.
The greatest?
Yeah.
That's why it's the greatest show of all time.
It is.
Little kid lover. That way they know where my priorities are at. All right. And then Mac and Eris. Apparently Eris is back playing the field, shooting his shots.
Yeah. He's like send a text, send it, lend it. What does that even mean?
Well,
Did someone responded?
Probably sent a snowflake.
Oh.
Mac took a job in Michigan, as we said. So he's been traveling back and forth. This was Dom's biggest fear, that Mac wasn't going to stay in Nashville.
Yeah, but I think he left because there is nothing holding him back.
Yeah, probably, maybe, but also I think he'd never really planted roots in Nashville because he never planned on staying.
I think if he found the love of his life, I think he would have stayed because he seems like someone who really wants it.
I don't know. If you really want it, do you date long distance?
Well, now he's fine. He's divorced, so why not?
Well, I'm talking about him pursuing Gina. If you're really trying to settle down and make something happen, do you date? He's, it's only a 2-hour flight.
I mean, 1.5, but I mean...
How expensive is that?
It's a little complicated with him and Gina. Even if it does work out, I don't think it will be. It will because they all hang out as a group, as a family. They've been married to each other. Like, I think it would never go farther than a couple of dates.
Yeah, no, I don't see them together. But
we'll see. Mag hopes that she's open to a long distance relationship.
We'll see. Then it got a little
sadness. The segment.
Yeah.
Chuck's grandmother passed away, and she was at the
Shackness, the segment.
Shackness, the segment. She was at the wedding.
This is what made it super sad. Obviously, it's sad when anyone passes. It was super sad because you saw like 2 months ago, she's tearing up the dance floor.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened. He didn't say, but she looked to be in good health.
Well, you
some
don't
people,
know.
Yeah, some people hide it well. Some people don't know.
Yeah.
Something progresses really quickly. Could have been an accident. Who knows?
Stroke.
Could have been a stroke. Who knows what happens? But it was super sad, and I felt bad for Shaq because there's a lot of heartbreak in his life all at once for the divorce, which sure he was the one who put the kibosh on it, but still affected him. He got emotional during it, so I just think he's had a lot of sadness in his life, and I felt sad for him.
Yeah.
All right, well, want to talk about Nicole and Chris at F45?
Ugh, so basic.
Did you know Mark Wahlberg is involved with this?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, at my gym, we make fun of them.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Mark Wahlberg's like a big-time investor.
Oh.
Tell your mother I say hello.
I think the workouts are, I don't know. I watched the video. It seems fine, but it seems like some of those, like when you have so many people and doing these circuits.
Well, it's like CrossFit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's like trying to be CrossFit, but it's not. Like, I don't know.
Apparently you can wear a bathing suit while you do it. So
Really?
it can't be that. Well, Chris was wearing a bathing suit. Right? This would have been the one time it'd be okay for him to wear a tank top, and he wasn't.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying like if we live somewhere and the gym is next door, I would definitely give it a shot. I would be a little basic and see. But yeah, there are a few. They're like all over the place.
They're popping up left and right. I saw one the other day when we were driving. And then, I looked it up, and Mark Wahlberg got in super early, invested.
Really?
Now he's a big-time Yeah, big time player in the F45 game.
Interesting. I mean, I'm sure like it's popular, so I'm sure the workout must be good. I don't know.
I mean, I've never seen someone so white after working out. Chris looked like he just donated blood.
He doesn't strike me as the gym goer, but I can see him doing baseball as he did.
And fantasy football.
So we realized that, okay, this was Nicole's workout. And she's like, everything is a competition. And as they're doing squats, she's asking the trainer if she's winning.
Can you win at squats? I guess
You can.
If you don't pull your back out, that's a win.
True. But it's like, dude, like you're working out together. Like
support each other, encourage each other.
I see others as competition, but it's like not me to compete. Like, oh, am I better? But more me like, okay, I can do more. Like it's almost like a drive for me.
Sure. Yeah, sure. I could see that. But they finished this workout and Nicole's happy. Oh, Chris is trying to do things that I like and I'm going to do things that he likes. I'm going to try to learn fantasy football. And Chris is like, well, forget fantasy. How about tomorrow we play tennis in real life?
Well, they ended up playing baseball.
Did they?
Well,
they had a toss.
They swung it.
No, they didn't.
They didn't?
Did you see any bat action?
I don't know. I saw bad action.
It was bad with a D.
Yes.
Yeah, they had a toss. It was not competitive.
No, because that's Chris's sport. He's all about the fun.
Sure.
They're chatting after classic, and Chris wants her. So they're going to New York to see her friends. So Chris wants her to go to Chicago to meet his. Did we know that he's from Chicago?
I think so. Sounds familiar. Doesn't sound like a complete shock.
Okay.
What the shock was Nicole's dad and his chickens.
So Nicole's like, yeah, and then we should do a road trip in Florida to visit family. And Chris is like, yeah. And Nicole's like, yeah, my dad named chicken after us and after everyone else. And now then we see this slideshow of all the chickens, like Shaq, Clint, Kirsten and Chuck over here, Aris, Jasmine, Gina.
It's cute.
Like Dad is a big fan of maths.
He is very supportive. We saw that episode 3.
Did we? He did not like Clint. I mean,
Chris. He took the dogs in. He was like, sure, I'll watch to make it easier. He was supportive.
Of Nicole. He did not like... I think he started liking Chris eventually.
Yeah, no, he came around.
Yeah.
He definitely came around. I think it was Go Yoga that he came around to Chris.
Go Yoga?
Yeah.
What's that?
They did Go Yoga.
Oh, goat.
Yeah, what did you think I said?
Go, like go.
Oh.
Go Yoga. I thought it was like a fun thing.
No, Goat Yoga.
Don't
I think that's when he came around. So then I didn't know you could do this, but it intrigues me more about the boat life. You could just go to a dock, start a barrel fire, and just drink around it. No boat necessary.
Yeah.
There's no sailing involved. You just go, start a fire, and drink.
Of course you can.
Let's do it. I mean, that's way more affordable than having to get a boat.
I feel like it would be weird if we were just like set a barrel on fire in front of someone else's boat. And
that's
drink.
all they did.
Well, I'm sure someone owned a boat.
You could rent a slip, probably, and then not even park a boat there. But then you just benefit from the vibes. And you could probably
that's a dumb idea.
Listen to me, Teresa. You make friends with someone who has a boat.
And they would be like, why is their slip always empty?
Well, it's in the shop. It's getting repaired. It's getting weatherized. All right? But while it's out of commish, how about we take yours out?
So you would spend thousands of dollars to pretend that we have a boat to get on someone else's boat.
It's better than spending tens of thousands of dollars to have your own boat.
I would rather get a boat.
Well,
how much is a pontoon?
I don't know.
Guys, sign up for a Patreon.
No, I mean, I'm kind of into the whole renting slip.
No, we're not.
Slip in. That's what we'll call it. We'll call it slipping in.
Guys,
maybe this is a whole scheme already that I don't know about. Think about it. Slipping in, you just You rent the slip, but you don't have the boat. But then you befriend everyone. You're lighting barrel fires. You're having drinks. Before you know it, you're sailing the high seas.
This is like the scene from Friends.
Never
where
seen it.
Joey, there was a Ferrari or like a fancy car parked outside, and he was pretending it's his. And then he got all the swag, and he was talking to girls because the girls thought it was his car. And then the owner left. So Joey wanted to like, oh shit. So he recreated the car with like boxes and put a cover on it.
That's great.
And I was still like talking to chicks. And then there was a couple of guys running around catching ball, and one like tripped and fell. And that was it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. That's literally what you're saying.
That's pretty good. Yeah. I like it. So they're just hanging out, talking with the friends about life and what Clint's learned going through the process.
He learned nothing.
Eris learned nothing.
Yeah. And then we see a quick self-filming clip of Kirsten, who said she called Shaquille to give him her condolences, and she's like, I'll be checking on him. Like, we are family, or she said something like that. And that's why I'm like, there is going to be something.
I'll bet you $5 there's nothing.
Oh, there will be. There will be.
We saw Kirsten talk to a career coach. And
yeah.
I don't understand what this was at all.
Like, she has her career going, so what's happening? I feel like you would go to a career coach when you're like in between jobs, like you don't know which one. It's like, oh, you don't like what you did
I would go to a career fair if I didn't have a job.
But she has a job.
I know. You said you would go to a coach when you didn't have a job.
Well, it's more like, oh, let's say you are a banker. You're like, oh, fuck. I want to be something else. Let me talk to someone who can maybe help me find my passion.
Sure. I don't know what was happening here.
No, because she goes like, oh, I'm a realtor and I want to just start investing, buying, flipping houses.
Don't let Mitch hear that.
But it's like, you're still going to be in the same business.
But that's fine, I guess. I got confused when the coach was like, well, how's your romantic life? I'm like, I thought you were a career coach. What are we doing here? You're just a gossip queen. That's all you want to do is just chat.
Yeah.
And Kirsten's like, well, got divorced. And the coach is like, well, how does the divorce affect the workplace? I'm like, stop trying to make it make sense, lady. I'm very confused. Call in if you have any understanding of what this was whatsoever.
Well, then we go to Jasmine, who's going on a date with a friend boy.
Hold on. We can tease that, but I think we need to take a break before we get there. Okay?
I was just going to say, we haven't even taken a break.
If you want to get a pontoon, Theresa, we got to run some ads.
All right.
Okay? We're going to take a quick break so we can throw a couple coins into the coin jar and maybe one day get that pontoon. We'll be back to talk about Jasmine's date with friend boy in a second. We'll be back in a second.
Okay.
And we're back.
Hello, Jonathan.
Theresa, you are leaning very closely to your screen. What are you looking up?
Pontoons.
Oh. We could have taken a longer break if you needed.
I'm trying to find...
We'll get a used one, first of all. I bet you we could get a pontoon. Let me just throw it.
I'm like, it's only $800 and it was just the roof.
Oh, well, that gives me a clue. I bet you could get a used pontoon. You probably don't want a boat that's too old, but within the last 15...
Hold on. Pontoon boats for sale in Florida.
Okay. I'm going to throw out a price.
Oh, okay.
You got something?
Yeah.
New or used?
This one is 2021 Silver Wave 2610 SW7.
An SW7. Okay, I was going to do an SW6, so that's good. An SW7, also one of my favorite girl bands. 30,000. Higher.
Yeah. It's 2021 Silver Wave, John.
Ooh, that's true. I forgot about that part. 42. Higher. Yeah. We're not getting a pontoon.
Again, Silver Wave 2610 SW, John.
I'm scared that it's like $60,000. Higher. We're never getting a boat. How much is a slip?
Guess, come on.
75,000. Higher. $100,000. Lower. Okay.
You were close.
All right. 80,000.
Minus 100.
$79,900.
Yeah.
We're not getting a pontoon.
But we could get this small boat, 2022 Sea-Doo Switch Sport 18 for $32,000.
A Sea-Doo, isn't that like a jet ski?
No, it's like this small biatch.
All right. Let's talk about this show, please.
Yeah, it looks like a swimming pool.
Huh? That looks like an inflatable raft.
For 32
Looks like an air mattress.
That's more than my car.
All right. Day with Jasmine and Friend Boy. Okay, this whole thing is so strange. That's why I wanted to take a break. I wanted to get a sip of water.
I wanted to take a break so I can look up the Pantoons.
All right. Friend Boy is in witness protection or something. I don't know why they wouldn't show his face.
Well, Jasmine says she doesn't want to show him until she knows that it's serious, that she wants to show off someone to the world.
Give me a break. Like, the best part of this whole thing, because it was actually frustrating me, but the way they artfully hid his identity, it was like Austin Powers. You know the scene in Austin Powers where he's naked, but he puts the coffee pot in front of his junk.
I've seen it a long time ago.
And he stands and stretches. There's a lamp. Like, that's
it's like Marshall in How I Met Your Mother.
Yes.
When he was running around naked.
Exactly. So that's what they were doing, and I appreciated the art of that. But otherwise, I'm like, if you don't want to be on TV or you don't want him to be on TV, then just don't be on TV. Because it's really frustrating.
Yeah, I think this was like Jasmine just wants to bring some mystery.
But like, also come up with a better name than Friend Boy.
Right?
I hate Friend Boy. Use his middle name or something. Or just
his initials.
His initials. John Doe. But Friend Boy?
Yeah.
Friend even. Oh, my
like
friend.
The opposite of boyfriend. So.
Oh, now I like it more. Okay, but just friend would have been more palatable.
Me.
Yeah. Well, Friend Boy is attracted to Jasmine.
Yeah, he's like, are you kidding me? You gorgeous. Can I get some?
He had the same energy as Eris.
Yes.
Once he opened his mouth, I know I couldn't see his mouth, but once he opened it, he was like, oh, yeah, I'm ready to break that back. I was like, here we go again. Eris 2.0.
I feel bad.
Yeah.
I hope that she didn't show him for a reason because that hopefully didn't go anywhere.
Now that's an interesting take. She filmed, well, no, because they wouldn't have had it so artfully hidden. I was going to say, she filmed it and then 2 weeks later calls and says, do not show his face.
Yeah.
Then it would have just been blurred. But the way he was artfully hidden, that was from the start.
Yeah.
Nicole and Chris furniture shopping. All right. Here we go, proving once again Chris doesn't just give in to other people to make them happy.
Yeah, but he shouldn't. Like, that golden chair is stupid for $1,900. And believe me,
I'm with you.
I love accent chairs, but that just wasn't good.
That is a very specific vibe.
I think, like, exactly, if you have an apartment set up or a house that it goes, I'm like, all right, let's talk about it. But it's like just to go with your college duvet that Chris probably still has.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not gonna fly.
Yeah, no, she needs a she shed or some space just for herself to decorate, and you could make that fit in there.
But also, like, I know they cannot go and shop in IKEA, but IKEA has awesome accent chairs for like way cheaper.
Sure. Which may be where Chris got his current couch for $300.
Well, they don't have couches for $300.
IKEA's getting a little pricey.
They do. It's like $300 is like
a chair.
Yeah.
An accent chair. Or the slip cover for your sofa from IKEA.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah. So the old debate of how much is too much for a sofa here. Chris, he says $1,000 to $2,000 is reasonable.
That's not bad.
That's mature.
Yeah.
If you're spending $2,000, I've never spent $2,000 on a sofa.
No, but I would like, if we settle down in one place and decide to stay for a while, I would want to get like a nice leather couch.
But worn in.
No. Like, I really like the couch.
I don't want to slip off when I sit down on it. That's my fear with leather. It needs to be like a little worn in, like an old leather jacket.
I like my parents' couch.
Oh,
I don't like it?
Oh, white leather?
Yeah.
No,
it's
Teresa.
off-white.
Get a she shed. There's not a chance. My grandma had a white leather sofa.
No.
We are not getting white leather.
Off-white.
No, brown.
You don't...
Then no, then not leather. Then we're not getting leather.
Absolutely fucking not.
Then we're not getting
brown.
leather. I
Unless
hate
it's
white.
like
That is not our vibe.
unless it's like a cool brown, like
Yes.
Yellowstone style.
That's what I'm talking about.
But those
worn
are
in.
uncomfortable. No, I
No,
want like
not if you get a nice one.
no, I hate those with like those like holes for mugs.
No,
That's
God,
ridiculous.
no, not
Right,
a
no,
power
absolutely
recliner.
fucking
I don't
not.
want
No.
a USB charger in it, but a nice worn-in leather sofa that
Okay.
you just fits you like a glove. And nothing wrong with those power recliners. I love them for like a living room where you're watching movies, like a theater room, a basement.
I would love them if I'm like 85 plus.
No, I would love them in a basement where you're watching the game or you're watching movies.
When you were watching the game, please. No, we're gonna watch.
The Game of Thrones.
We're gonna watch Yellowstone and a nice Yellowstone style leather sofa.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about Clint and his date.
We're gonna put our drinks on a nice side table.
Yeah. Nice coaster. Yeah.
That's what we have.
Yeah,
but
it-
not the leather sofa. But
Yeah. In this dream, the sofa is not white.
no,
Let's be very clear.
no.
Okay. Thank you.
But I do like my parents' vibe. It goes with the vibe they have.
Yeah. They have a very clean European design.
Yeah.
Ours, that's not our vibe.
No.
All right. Clint, Nicole, little frisbee golf date. For as difficult as golf is, I've golfed. I feel like frisbee golf is even harder.
Yeah, I would not want to do that.
See,
But apparently it's a thing.
this seems like a little athletic test that Clint is giving Nicole.
Yeah, but okay. My first thought, Nicole looks like his sister. 3 minutes later, Nicole says that she doesn't date redheads because people think they're siblings.
Yes. And I didn't think that they looked related.
Yeah, they did.
I didn't think that. But I also don't agree with Clint's response of, I mean, people with brown hair date each other. Yes, but that's not that unique of a characteristic.
I think it was shitty of her to say it on a date with a redhead. Say, I don't date redheads
Hey, at least she didn't say ginger.
because she's redhead.
Well, she can say ginger. See that?
interesting.
All right.
Yeah, she should have just like played it down. Like, yeah, like, oh, we might hang out again. Oh.
The fact that she brought up the hair color almost seemed a little producer encouraged.
Yeah, I think so.
Right? Like, oh, what's the deal breaker? Redheads? Then why are you on the date with him?
Clean because it was a blind date.
I know, but if it's a deal breaker, then tell your friend.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know my deal breaker is right. No redheads.
Oh well.
Oh, well. You want to talk about an even worse date?
Mac and Gina making lattes.
How awkward was this date?
Awkward.
They were looking at the floor half the time. It felt very uncomfortable. It needed alcohol, not coffee.
Yeah.
When you're jittery already because you're nervous, the last thing you need is caffeine. You need some
Yeah.
alcohol.
And they're chatting about being entrepreneurs, and Mac is listing all his 59 businesses he's owned and saying, well, he got an opportunity in Michigan. And then Gina's like, well, that's a bummer. I would like to keep seeing you, but distance doesn't scare me. What? You were vibing this, Gina?
Yeah. I don't know if I buy it, but at the same time, she is traveling a lot. So maybe she's not really spending too much time in one place. And she's like, yeah, I'll catch you
Yeah.
on a layover to Canada.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just didn't see sparks.
No.
If they had zero history, if they didn't know each other from the show and this was the first date, I would still be like, nah, I don't
Yeah.
see it.
No, me neither.
Except maybe the fact that they were so nervous because they're so attracted to each other that's why they were being awkward. But
I mean,
I just didn't see it.
Gina said that she noticed him the first time the couples met at the van to the airport.
Yeah.
Or like from the airport. She's like, yeah, I noticed you. And Meg is like, I noticed you too. You know, like Dawn wasn't my cup of tea. It's like, okay.
I do always think about that though. After everyone gets married at first sight,
Yeah.
and then you all see everyone else. You must be. Even like Love is Blind. I
Yeah.
think
Oh, Love
about
is
it.
Blind. There is always the one couple that matches with someone else. It's hard. It's hard. It's crazy. They do it and then they see each other like, oh.
And it's a little bit different because they've had conversations
Yeah.
with each other and like maybe quote unquote fell in love with another person.
Yeah.
Now they seem like, oh my God, not only did I fall in love with you emotionally and conversationally, but now I see you and you're so attractive. But for Married at First Sight, yeah, for sure. Anytime you see another single that you go, I could have been paired up with them, it must get you thinking a little bit. And so that's what happened here. But I don't see this progressing. I'll give you if you think Kirsten and Shaq are going to get back together, I'll put my $5 on that before I put it on Mac.
Yeah. No, they're not. Especially he's moving to Michigan. Like, that's just not gonna fly.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
he'd have to fly. Hour and a half, Teresa.
Well, then we have like the girls hang and the guys hang, and the guys are in the park. Clint brought Hank, and
boy.
Iris brought Duchess, right? And freaking Chris, who actually owns 2 dogs plus Nicole's, brought 0 dogs.
Yeah.
He didn't get the memo. But did you see that Mac was like really trying to bond with Hank?
Mac was trying to bond with Hank.
Yeah.
No.
He was like petting Hank, and
Oh,
there was Duchess
no.
standing, but he wasn't petting Duchess.
That's like trying to get the kid
Yeah.
of a single mom to fall in love with you so that he goes home and tells mom. And
Yeah, he was like Duchess who, but like he was like
No.
petting Hank a lot.
that's hilarious and devious. No, I was too distracted by Eris being like, Clint, have you had sex since D-Day?
Clint did.
Yeah,
And
it was
he
like
said
it was like a rocket launch.
it was just sex.
Was it hard? Was it hard for you to go 2 months without getting? Well, Eris, is someone asking you to ask these questions? Because I'm going to ask you not to ask these questions because it's making me uncomfortable.
I think that's just Eris.
I think it's just Eris.
Yeah. But he
Eric-
also banged.
But he was like, tell me more. Like, what moves did you use? Like, he was getting so specific.
Yeah, he's a dirty dog.
He's a dirty dog. Mac told the guys he went out with Gina, and it was more than he expected. And then he says, but
Yeah.
I took this job in Michigan. And Gina said, it could work. Yeah, it could work.
We'll see.
At the girls' hang,
Everyone but Gina, who's in Canada,
what was this? At first, I'm like, oh, it's a winery.
flower arrangements.
And I was like, oh, it's a garden? It's a pick your own flowers?
I'm like, at least pick strawberries so there's something to snack
something to
on.
snack on.
Yeah.
Or grapes that would be used in the wine.
Ooh.
Pick those. But no, okay. So they're picking.
Please don't take me to flower arrangement date ever.
No, I would not. Dom brings up how she's going to FaceTime with Gil or did FaceTime with Gil, and he seemed great, patient, good sense of humor. And Nicole makes a fantastic point. Shout out to Nicole. Oh, that's interesting. Gil lives in Texas. And Dom's whole issue is Mac not having roots in Nashville. That's a long distance relationship. Dom,
Yeah,
what
Dom's
do you-
issue was Mac.
Dom's
Not Mac moving to Michigan. It was Mac not being adventurous enough.
Yeah, and all the weird lies.
Yeah, it's like Dom, he's moving to Michigan, talking about adventurous.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's cold, it's snowy, it's tough.
Yeah.
I've never been to Michigan, besides the airport, but
Have
we've
I
been to Detroit,
Just the airport.
just the airport,
Yeah.
a few times.
Yeah.
It's a cool it's the noodle. When you made us walk all the way to one side because you looked at the map wrongly.
Looked at
And we
the
were
map
looking
wrong.
for a brewery that's all the way on the other side of the noodle.
Yeah, we had a lot of time to kill. It worked out.
That's very true.
But yeah, that's the airport with the shuttle
Inside.
and the airport that has a hotel inside, right?
And the airport that's
Everything's
in the
inside.
ad for
Delta.
No.
When they're filming the safety video,
I think it was, did we fly Delta? Delta, you're right,
I think
Delta.
it's, yeah. But that airport has a hotel where
Attached to it.
I want to stay at this hotel or a hotel like this one day where you go through the security from your hotel to and from. It must save you so much time. You could just wake up and go right to the gate.
Beautiful.
Genius. Anyways, that's basically it, right?
That's it, guys. That's it.
I feel like we talked more about our life than their life.
I loved it. That was a fun episode.
Yeah. You want to talk more about waffles?
No,
Pancakes?
off mic.
Any breakfast foods? All right. Well, that's the episode 22. There's more. If you thought there couldn't be, you'd be wrong.
It will never end.
There's more. We'll see. We'll see the big T's next time, I think. Right?
I mean, getting drunk and making out with girls is classic Clint.
Yeah. Who's the dog now, Clint? So thanks for listening. Make sure you're following us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. We have a good time over there. You can message us, share your thoughts. We want to hear your thoughts. We're not in this alone. We're in it with you guys. We want to hear what you have to say. So message us at Married to Reality Pod on Instagram. Join us on Patreon. Patreon.com/Married to Reality. Teresa, do you know what's going on the Patreon?
Yeah, a lot.
Like what?
Like Love in Paradise.
You got that right.
That's a big one, guys. And all the previous episodes and seasons and shows that we've covered. Then we did Mirror People as a bonus.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Real people, mirror people.
You can sign up for the Patreon and then access to everything we've ever covered.
Yeah, and sometimes we cover 2 shows at the same time. Sometimes one. Depends what's out there and what we think is good for you guys and what you tell us you like.
Yeah.
Sometimes we drop random bonuses. Just like we just did a whole series of Jewish matchmaking, but we dropped it on the main pod.
Dropped it on the free feed.
Yeah.
But yeah, we should maybe we should talk off mic. But there was a while there where we were dropping Halloween episodes, Thanksgiving episodes, where Teresa and I, it was probably a lot like this episode where we just chatted mostly about what's going on in the world.
We can do 4th of July.
Probably not. But Halloween will be here before you know it. So start planning your costume.
That's very true.
Yeah,
oh my gosh, our costume was it last year?
Yeah, it was Punxsutawney Phil.
Yeah.
And his handler. Solid costume. So yeah, join the Patreon. You can see all that. You can get access to that. Just search Halloween and you'll see Teresa dressed up as a groundhog. And me in the top hat holding her.
That was so ridiculous.
It was pretty ridiculous. That's the sort of thing we do, though, on the Patreon. And then for Halloween, we watched and recapped Halloween.
Halloween, yeah.
I'd never seen it.
Me neither.
Speaking of Michael Myers,
did.
Different Michael Myers.
I did. Or maybe I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't. I don't think I did.
We have a lot of fun on the Patreon.
Yeah.
So check it out, patreon.com/Married to Reality. Also, just make sure you're following the podcast here. Wherever you're listening, doesn't matter. What matters is that you follow the podcast. So when we drop an episode, you get it as soon as we do. So easy to follow. Just look down, smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's as hot as John's cat name.
Thank you.
I mean, Waffles is a solid name, but...
How could you not? What would you do with that name? Give it to someone else? No, you get a cat. You rescue a cat and you put the name to good use. Waffles. That's what you do. All right?
All right.
All right. So smash like it's as hot as Waffles. Hope he's doing all right.
I think he's dead.
If he could survive life with me, I think he's doing just fine. So smash like it's as hot as Waffles. And last but not least, please leave a review. If you haven't left one, you know we love. Share your pet names. Share your thoughts on the pod. Anything. We're all ears. So if you leave a 5-star review and you write something, we'll read it on the 90-day podcast.
Yes.
That is it. Woo! We've said more than we should have, Teresa.
Always. I hope all our friends are listening when we're talking shit about them.
Oh.
Or your friends,
I thought you meant
actually.
like our pod friends.
No, our pod friends are the best.
I know. Okay. That is it. I hope Waffles is listening. If you're listening, Waffles, meow. All right.
I mean, rest in peace, Waffles.
I've said it all. Have you said it all?
Said it all.
All right. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.